what was it, 1819 or something like that, or 1864 or something like that when it was built up or something. But the church itself was shared with Catholic, pagan, and other random,
Atheists.
yeah, atheists. Yeah. And then, but like they'd share it, like share it. Like you get these days, we get these days,
Yeah.
and everything else. As we were learning about that or watching about that, we were learning that the only known death in the church is a guy named George. We'll just call him George Smith. He was a railroad worker. He got hurt in a train accident, and when he was in the hospital, they're like, "You're not going to make it." So he asked to be put in that church. So he was in the church, and he died in the church. That's the only known death in the church. Then there was a couple other stories about a neighbor did his time, we'll say, killed his wife. Well, openly talks about it, I guess, to the owner of the church, beat her with a shovel and everything else. Then there was the other that hung himself in about an eighth of a mile behind the church in the trees. A lot of that's tied to the surrounding land, and you can hear a lot of voices and stuff in these other videos of people outside the church talking. It's like when you go outside, it's almost like, where's everyone at? Our house is near the church, but no one really came out and bothered. Every time we would go out, get a little break and let the church, be alone for a second or two, it was kind of weird out there. But it wasn't, I don't think we had anything, did we? Just that random puddle of water on the driest night ever?
Yeah, we kept hearing like a tapping. It sounded like a tapping on a window, and I think we're pretty safe to say it was like just condensation dripping off onto the tin roof. But
What was the other? Oh, the missing girls. Girls would go missing. Polly Barnett. She was looking for her daughter Sylvia for the longest time, and all these random girls would go missing over time. We learned about that, but there was not a whole lot that we can go off of. Nobody really did anything in their videos. One was just a reaction review, and the other one was a live stream and bathroom breaks, and that was it. Though I mean, everything else was kind of like, what can we get out of this? And then when we got there, it was probably my favorite place of the year so far.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
yeah, it did not
It
disappoint.
was, I don't know what it is, but every little bit about the history. So when we got there, Kate gave us her history, the whole spiel, which is, Chuck and I talk about on the ride home. If and I would talk about it online, and then when the three of us were online, we talk about it. But she kind of just reiterated everything and gave us more specifics on these girls and the church and the floors and where to go and what to do and what they did, what they built. But it was like, when you got there, it was just like, okay, sit down, let's just see what's going on here. That bell room, the bell tower room, was kind of Tiffany's best friend. That's where she wanted to sleep. Couldn't do it. She was too scared.
That's no.
But pretty cool reasoning, I think, why. But
Yeah.
that was such a heavy little spot.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.